Electricity obeys a rigid physical law. It relentlessly seeks to return to its source. It takes the route of least resistance to close the loop. Inside a common household appliance, like a washing machine, normal vibrations can rub the insulation off a live copper wire. If that bare wire touches the metal casing, the entire machine becomes energized, waiting for a path to the ground. If a person touches that energized casing, their body suddenly provides that path. The current bypasses the machine and travels straight through the human heart, triggering a lethal disruption in rhythm, known as ventricular fibrillation. To prevent this, electrical grids are engineered with a mandated failsafe called automatic disconnection of supply, or ADS. The grid is designed to detect the wayward current and mechanically sever the power before a human ever makes contact. This document is the International Electrotechnical Commission standard for low-voltage installations. It dictates the exact methods engineers must use to connect local circuits to the physical ground to safely achieve ADS. To meet these strict rules, engineers wire our homes directly into the earth itself. The dirt beneath our feet acts as a highly calculated release valve, standing between daily convenience and a lethal shock. Engineers classify different grid architectures using a global code based on a simple alphabet. T stands for terre, the French word for earth. I means isolated, and N stands for neutral. This diagram illustrates the most common industrial and residential setup, the TN or terre-neutral system. Notice how the metal casing of the appliance is tied directly back to the transformer's neutral point using a dedicated protective earth or PE wire. When a live wire touches the casing in a TN setup, the current doesn't need to push through the dirt. The dedicated copper PE wire creates an incredibly low resistance loop. This pulls a massive current surge that instantly snaps the circuit breaker open. Some networks save on expensive copper by using a TNC system, combining the neutral and earth into a single conductor. The trade-off is vulnerability. If that single combined wire physically severs, the safety loop is gone. The appliance casing remains dangerously energized. The TN system accepts the vulnerability of a broken wire in exchange for speed. It uses a low-resistance copper loop to force a high-current, brute-force disconnection. In rural areas, overhead power lines are exposed to weather and falling tree branches. Relying on a continuous safety wire all the way back to a distant power plant is too risky. That environment requires the TT or terre-terre system. As shown here, the home uses its own independent grounding rod driven straight into the local dirt, completely physically separated from the power plant. The flaw in this design is the dirt itself. Natural soil has very high electrical resistance. A fault current struggles to push through the earth, arriving too weak to trigger a standard heavy-duty circuit breaker. To survive this weak current, the TT system requires a residual current device, or RCD. Rather than waiting for a massive power surge, the RCD monitors the circuit for tiny electrical leakages into the soil. The moment it detects a drop, it instantly severs the connection. By prioritizing physical independence from the grid, the TT system gives up raw stopping power. It relies entirely on hypersensitive monitors to catch a fault before a human does. In a hospital operating room, an automatic shutdown is a critical hazard. Cutting power to life support or surgical lighting can be just as deadly as an electric shock. These zero-fail environments use the IT, or isolated terre, system. In this schematic, the main power source is either completely detached from the earth or connected through massive electrical impedance. Meanwhile, the medical device maintains a separate ground connection. Because the power source is isolated, a first fault behaves differently. If a live wire touches the casing, the electricity has no completed loop to return through. The current stops dead. There is no shock, and the machines keep running. While the power stays on, the system registers this initial leak and triggers an alarm. Maintenance staff now have a window to track down and fix the issue before a second wire fails and completes a deadly circuit. The IET system manipulates the physics of the circuit. By removing the return path, it buys precious time in situations where the power cannot go out. At the scale of high-voltage utility infrastructure, the underlying physics remain the same, but the stakes shift from a single lethal shock to an entire regional grid melting down. High-voltage engineers route connections into the earth to bleed off massive short-circuit currents. This prevents multi-million-dollar transformers and substations from warping under the extreme thermal stress of a fault. Every grid design requires balancing the cost of raw copper, the electrical resistivity of local soil, and the physiological limits of the human heart. There is no perfect electrical system, only strict mathematical compromises. This table of contents from the IEC manual highlights the exact system earthing types we've explored. Standardizing these exact mathematical models across borders is what keeps international infrastructure functioning. Every time you plug a device into a wall, you are interacting with a highly calculated network of copper and steel. By engineering the dirt beneath our feet, we transform the physical planet into an active shield against the power we generate.